best, the best DC movie since the Batman. And that's including all the DC movies coming out since the Batman that consists of Black Adam, Shazam, and The Flash. What's up, guys? AW Order. This is my non-spoiler review on the Blue Beetle. I just saw the movie. I'm making this video about half an hour after I just saw the movie, so it's fresh in my mind. Really fresh in my mind. And yeah, I just saw the movie. Like I said, before I get into why this is the best movie since the Batman, this is not a spoiler review. There will be a spoiler review on Let's Talk Pop episode 44. Will be a spoiler review, so make sure to join me that for later and on the weekend for that, please. And we're going to be talking about the movie as a whole. We can spoil on that. But in this video, no spoilers. But before I get into this, do me a favor if you're new here, subscribe. And also smash the like button down below and a like. And yes, I'm very happy, very satisfied, I gave this movie a thumbs up. You can tell how energetic, how much energy I have for this movie. You know, I just come home, I feel pumped up. I actually feel really good. It's really nice exercise I got coming home. I walked home, not far from the theater. I walked home and I feel like I got some energy, you know, from exercising. And this movie did, and this movie helped out. And so, yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this non-spoiler review of Blue Beetle. And why did I say it's the best movie since the Batman? Because it had everything that the Shazam had, but better, with better writing and better with better relatability. Okay, with better writing, better relatability, and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, for $100 million film, the CGI and the VFX are fine. You know what? This movie was originally intended for streaming, HBO Max. This movie is not meant for that, man. You can clearly tell from this film that they made the right decision to release this on the big screen. Right decision, smart decision. And they did. So we got, Blue Beetle. Is this the last movie before the DCU gets rebooted? According to James Gunn, Blue Beetle, not this movie, but the Blue Beetle character will move into his universe that he's created with Peter Safran. But with this movie, I really like this movie. I really like the family dynamic with Jaime Reyes and his family. His family's pretty funny too. George Lopez kills it as Rudy. Rudy is his uncle. That's his uncle. George Lopez plays his uncle. He has his father and mother in it. He has his Nana, which is, grandma in Spanish, right? Papi, calls his father Papi, a Spanish for father. If you know a little bit Spanish, I'm not a Spanish expert, but I know a little bit of Spanish. I think it's easy to know what Spanish words translates to, right? I think it's easy to know. And from this film, you can figure it out. Obviously, it's easy. And he has a sister who's pretty funny too. And the dynamic between the family is the best part of this whole film, really. It's really the best part of this whole film, the dynamic, the struggles this family's going through, because there are struggles. This is not a rich family, or by means. This is a struggling family trying to make ends meet, trying to survive. And yeah, their chemistry, all 5-6 members of the family work perfectly well. The love interest. Now, we all thought Susan Sarandon's character, she's not the love interest. Susan Sarandon's character, Victoria Court, is the wife or ex-wife of Ted Court. No. I'll tell you, this is not a spoiler. She's not the wife of Ted Court. She's the sister of Ted Court. Now, we got this Jenny Court, who's a daughter of Ted Court, played by a young actress named Bruna Marquezine. And I'm telling you, she's gonna break out. She's really good in this film. I know she's well known in Brazil, but she's gonna be breaking out. She's gonna get more roles, and once the strikes get solved, she's gonna get more roles. I guarantee it, and not in movies in Hollywood. I guarantee it. And let me tell you, she's beautiful as hell. But that's not thing to do with my review. The villain was the villain is Susan Sarandon said, right? We all know that. She plays, a tycoon attack, kind of like similar to like a lot of villains we see in a bunch of other comic book movies. For example, Carrie Stoll's character from Ant-Man, kind of like that. We see it a lot. She's very similar to that, and like that. She's not really a fighter, but she's more of a person. She's kind of like the business villain, and she has this other villain named Carpax, a bodyguard that works for Victoria Cord. He's he's more of the muscle, and has that great armor. I'm telling you, Blue Beetle, the Scarab, once he becomes Blue Beetle with the costume, whatever, the symbiotic costume suit, looks really good. It does not look like it. This movie was definitely not rushed on CGI VFX. Marvel, take a hit. Warner Brothers did their work on that. I know the Flash was iffy, but there was not really that much problems here. And Carpax looked really good too in in his his suit, his symbiotic cartoon suit, costume, not cartoon. He looked really good, and he was bad. Like he wasn't like he was more of a muscle, but like he was legit scary too. Now George Lopez, I tell you, the comedy, like there is comedy in there, okay. But the one critique I have of Marvel, sometimes the comedy tends to outshine the seriousness of the Marvel film, especially Phase Four, I guess. Right? In this film, there's lots. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of funny things in this film. Okay, there's a lot of funny things. But here's the thing. It's not Batman. Okay, it doesn't need to be serious all the time. It's not Flash. Like Flash can be a little funny at times, but he can be very serious. It depends. To me, it depends on the character you're writing. Okay, and there's a lot of things that are seriousness, and I'll tell you one thing: how the family bonds over trauma in this, because there's trauma in this film. I'll tell you what happens, in the spoiler review, what happens, how the family bonds over, and the struggles that go through, and the dynamic. And the comedy doesn't really hinder it, if you ask me. It doesn't really hinder the comedy. It's well paced. They make sure the comedy fits with the serious themes of this film. Okay, I like that. Okay, I thought Shazam had it, but I think this did it better. Okay, um, I mean the villains were not like major. Like you wouldn't know who these villains are. You wouldn't know they're not A-list villains, but they fit the overall story of this film because Blue Beetle. I mean, Blue Beetle's big obviously in the Latino community, but overall, like Blue Beetle is kind of like I don't know. He's not where the Flash is. He's not Shazam. Obviously, he's not Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, or even Cyborg. He's not there, but he's definitely big in a certain community, and I think they respected it. Somebody tell me in the comments below if you're Latino, whatever. Tell me especially Mexican, because they're a Mexican family. Tell me if you think the Blue Beetle represented your community with respect, please, with respect. Because I think it did, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm a white guy, so your opinions would be more valid than mine. But I think they really did, if you ask me. Yeah, I really do think this is the best. I mean, I underestimated this film going in. It's gonna be do okay at the box office. It's the DC movies at the box office. Who cares? Who cares really? But the DC movies at the box office have not been doing well. This film is not gonna. It might make more than a Flash. I don't know, but like it's not gonna break 500 million. It may not even break 400 million. But this film is a really good film. I suggest you check it out. I do really think it's the best movie since the Batman. Okay. Zolo, I'll say this, but Zolo, once he's done Cobra Kai, because as you know, there's strikes going on, but before the strike was going on with the writers, season 5 or 6 was last season, and this is this big major breakout role. Right? I mean, Cobra Kai got on the breakout. Cobra Kai was a breakout, but this is a major, and I think he nailed it right here. I think the cast everybody nailed it, the roles perfectly. Okay, really. George Lopez, man. He was great. He was funny. He was great. He was fun. He played his role perfectly. And yeah, so check it out, guys. It's a really good film. Check it out. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and